Hello again, guys. I'm making this video because halfway through uploading the original one, I realized that my explanation of this machine here is really pretty terrible. So, to fix this, I am making an explanation video for this machine because that was absolutely terrible. So, you already saw how it works. I just didn't explain. You already saw, like, how to work it and stuff like that, but I didn't explain how it works very well. So, first off, the channels. This is probably one of the most clearly explained parts of my original video, but what it does here is whenever this comparator clock, right? It's constantly powering this block, going around and powering itself, which creates a pretty fast pulser. Then I can come over here. This is my, this takes away this command block. Whenever I use the swiftness potion, it takes away the swiftness effect and powers this comparator. Every time this comparator is powered, it powers this command block, which adds one to everyone's channel value, which is the over here on the right, the variable, so to speak. It increases it by 1. So every time I do this, it increases it by, the swiftness potion increases the variable by 1. So what this command block does is it's checking everyone's score. So it's checking everyone to see if there is a score for the score, rather, channel. It's checking to see if it's 4, or the maximum is 4, while the minimum is also 4. That's why I have both of these, so you can check the exact number. What this does is it sets the channel number to 1 after it hits 3. So as you can see, if I change the channel variable to 4, I'm just going to call them variables from here, not objectives, because that's essentially what they are, variables. So as you can see, the channel variable is currently 3. If you watch carefully, whenever I switch the channel number to 4, it will quickly flash back to 1 without me doing anything. And that's what this comparator does. I'll show you again so you can see the comparator flip turning on when I do this. So that explains the channel variable. Now to go to the on-off variable. So how the on-off variable works is it is constantly checking to see if a slowness potion or the power button is being used, and it'll take it from you if you do. So this goes into the comparator, or the, this goes into the command block that, this T flip-flop with the success count. So that powers this block. Now this block has 2 different outputs, the redstone torch and the repeater. Whenever the comparator is powered and the repeater is powered, this will set the on-off variable to 0, which means that the TV is off, as well as it says goodbye. This variable, this torch output, will change the scoreboard variable on-off to 1, which turns on the TV. And it will say welcome back, as I will demonstrate here. It'll say welcome back, this torch powers, and this depowers. If I do it again, it'll say goodbye. So there's that. Next, to explain how the channel time variable works. So it's constantly counting up, pretty much always, until it hits 10. It counts up using this 4-tick timer, which, by the way, if this stops working suddenly, it hasn't happened to me, but if this stops working suddenly, and you do this, and it's just, and you, whenever you place, if you're trying to build this, and you place a repeater like that, and it gets stuck like that, where it's always powered and not pulsing, you need to get rid of the redstone and replace it until it works. So, if you're trying to recreate this in your own world, keep that in mind. This 4-tick repeater is going into this command block that's adding 1 to the variable channel time off to the right here, it's adding 1 to that variable. So every time this repeater pulses, it adds 1 to the channel time variable. Now the reason why it keeps switching back to 1 after each of the pulses is because this command block here is testing for a minimum of 10 on the channel time variable. So it's checking to see if channel time is 10 or more. If channel time is 10 or more, there's no way. The reason it's 10 or more, not just specifically 10, is to save space in the command block. I was just being lazy there. So that whenever channel time hits 10, it powers this comparator, as you will see whenever channel time hits 10. It powers this comparator, which changes the variable channel time to 1 after this comparator is powered. The reason why it's not being powered by this bit of redstone is because it's on a slab, and slabs don't power the block. Slabs cannot be powered themselves, which allows for a lot of useful things. That's also how I'm transporting the timer circuit, or the timer pulse, all the way up here. So that explains this 3x6x5, 4x6x5 module here. A couple of extra things. The reason why this is down 1 block is because if I made it up 1 more, it would be touching this red up 1 block to be level with the rest of it, to be flush. It would touch this redstone block. If anyone has a fix for that, that would help compact this up to 3x6x5, but I digress. So now for this module. I did an absolutely terrible job explaining this module. So, first of all, I'm going to use add-on off, because it would be useful to know if it's on or off. So as you can see, I have another comparator clock going right here that's going up this slab staircase, so to speak, all the way up to the command blocks up on the top row, as well as stopping on the second and bottom row. So each of these command blocks corresponds to 1 frame on one of these blocks. One of these 5x5x9 blocks. Each row represents a channel, and each column represents what's it called? Channel time variable number. So how this works, using the bottom left one as an example, is first of all, it's checking for a on-off number, an on-off score of 1. A minimum of 1, meaning it could be 1 or higher, although I don't think it's possible to change it to higher than 1. What this does is it checks to make sure the TV is on. Next, the channel score right here, checks to see, is the channel 1. Now on each of the other different command blocks, on each different row, this row will always be checking for channel 2, and this row of command blocks will be checking for channel 3. So it's checking for channel 1 over here. As you can see, it's checking for channel 2 right here, and up here it's checking for channel 3. So now, as I go down, well, first of all, let's explain this part. The score channel time, that's the clock that's pulsing right here. That's going up by 1 every time this repeater pulses. So it's checking to make sure that the variable channel time is at least 1 right here. But this one is checking to make sure it's not it's not less than 1. So right here, as I explained earlier, is pretty much just saying the channel time variable needs to be 1. The next one is trying to make channel time 2, channel time 3, channel time 4, etc. Now, as you can see, channel time is the same across each column because each column represents 1 channel time for each of the channels, respectively. So, just to give a little bit of a demonstration here, right now it's on channel 1. So as you can see, it's going down the aisle one by one because the channel time keeps on changing, or increasing by 1 until it hits 9 and goes back down to 1. Now, if I change the channel and go up to the exact same level, to the next level, sorry, it's the comparator will be at the exact same place, just on the upper level. So, as you can see, I'm going to stop it at, let's just say, 8. Stopped it at 8. Oop. Actually, I think I was a bit too late. There. So, wait. Oh, whoops. So I'm going to stop it at, let's say, 7. Now that I go down here, it's at 8, just because we were a little bit late falling down. But as you can see, it's at the exact same place. Whenever I switch the channel, it does not start back at the end of the aisle down there. I hope this explains... Oh, actually, first, before I close off the video, these command blocks are pretty much just cloning every frame. So each of the frames are 5 by 5 by 1, having a total of 9 of each other. 9 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It has 9 frames each, and all the frames are jumbled up, not jumbled up, but smashed together to make one block. Each of these command blocks is copying this 5 by 5 by 1 area right here, or this 5 by 5 by 1 area. It just depends on where the comparator is here. It's copying that layer and sending it into the screen. So, as you can see, all the pictures that were in that cube earlier are flashing by on the screen now. So, this is the channel 2 block, which means each of the 5 by 5 by 1 areas within this block are the frames for channel 2 and are triggered by these command blocks here. And these blocks here are these 5 by 5 by 1 areas are triggered by the top row of command blocks. So I hope this explains my TV a little bit better, because I realized in my original video I did not explain these well at all. So I hope this explains it a little bit better. For those of you who couldn't follow along with the original video, I apologize for my failure in that aspect. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. I will link a world download in the description, just as I did my last video. See ya.